Most people think arrest is the moment the system decides something about you. That once the handcuffs go on, the important part is over, that you're either guilty, innocent, charged, or cleared. In reality, arrest is rarely the decisive moment. It's usually just the point where the legal process starts quietly unfolding, and that's where people get caught out. Today, I want to talk you through what actually happens after you're arrested in England and Wales, not the TV version, not the TikTok summary, but the real timeline, the slow parts, the invisible decisions, and the moments people misunderstand, often to their own detriment. The misunderstanding comes from a few different places. First, television. TV makes arrest feel like the climax: sirens, handcuffs, interrogation, dramatic reveal. Everything happens in one night. Real life isn't written that way. Second, short form legal advice. You'll hear things like, they need evidence to arrest you. You don't say anything. If they don't charge you, you're fine. Those statements aren't always wrong, but they're incomplete. They focus on one moment when the law actually operates as a process, not a snapshot. And because most people only encounter the system once, if at all, they assume arrest equals outcome. It doesn't. Arrest equals access. Access to time, evidence, and investigation. That distinction matters. Let's slow the process down. An arrest simply means the police believe they need to prevent you leaving, investigate further, protect evidence, or prevent interference. Once you're arrested, you're taken to a police station and booked into custody. At that point, something important happens that most people don't realize. The arresting officer's role starts to shrink. They don't decide guilt. They don't decide charge. They don't decide what happens next, long term. Those decisions shift to other people. First, a custody officer reviews the arrest. They decide whether it's lawful and whether you should be kept in custody. Already, checks and balances are happening. Then the investigation continues. This can include interviews, reviewing statements, requesting CCTV, checking phone data, speaking to witnesses, or waiting for forensic results. Crucially, most people are not charged at the police station. In many cases, the police don't yet have enough material to make a charging decision. So instead, you may be released with no further action, released under investigation, released on bail with conditions, or in more serious cases, kept in custody while advice is sought. And here's the key point. Charging decisions are often made days or weeks later, frequently with input from the Crown Prosecution Service. So when people say, I was arrested but nothing happened, what they usually mean is nothing happened that I could see. Legally, the process may still be very active and very much alive. So let's make this real. Imagine Daniel. Daniel is out with friends on a Friday night. There's an argument outside a pub. Voices are raised, someone calls the police. When officers arrive, emotions are high and accounts conflict. Daniel is arrested and taken to the station. From Daniel's perspective, the arrest feels like the worst part. At the station, he's booked in, he's interviewed, and eventually he's released. No charge, no court date, no paperwork that looks dramatic. He goes home at around 4 a.m. By the next afternoon, Daniel is replaying the interview in his head. Should he have explained more? Should he have stayed quiet? Did he make things worse? Then, nothing happens. A week passes, then two. Daniel starts telling people it went nowhere. But behind the scenes, this is what's happening. CCTV from nearby shops is requested. Statements are compared. Timelines are checked, and a file is being built. Weeks later, Daniel receives a letter asking him to attend a voluntary interview, or informing him that a charging decision has been made. From his point of view, the case suddenly reappears. In reality, it never went away. The system was just doing its work, quietly. This is where people get caught out. They assume release means innocence, silence means safety, or that time passing means resolution. But legal processes don't rely on drama. They rely on documentation, evidence, and timing. Decisions made early, sometimes casually, can look very different once everything is reviewed together. not because the system is trying to trick anyone, but because law works cumulatively. Small details add up. And when people don't understand that, they make assumptions that aren't legally sound. So, how a lawyer thinks about all of this? A lawyer doesn't ask, were you arrested? They ask, what evidence exists? What stage is the investigation at? Who will review this next? What decisions are still outstanding? Because in law, the most important moments are often the quiet ones. Timing matters, context matters, and outcomes turn on a single dramatic event. This channel is all about explaining how the law actually works, calmly, clearly, and without noise. If you want deeper, structured learning and proper guidance, that's where we build inside Your Rights Matter, our platform. That's linked in the bio. Here we focus on clarity. Inside YRM, we build mastery. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.